Hello everyone, this is Miss Hippenmeyer. I'm making this video so you can take a look at what your kids are working on at school so that you can help them academically. First, I wanted to explain the extra math program. Students in 6th grade often come in without having their math facts memorized, so we try to make sure that all students leave the 6th grade knowing their multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction facts. Some students already know them pretty well. I have some kids who have already passed all 4 programs and will not work on the extra math program for the rest of the year. Other students will be working on this program the whole year. Until students have mastered multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, they will be working on this for 4 days a week, so 4 different school days each week, and each practice takes about 5 to 10 minutes. If you would like to be connected to your child's account, just send me an email and I can send you the directions so that you can see what I'm seeing. For example, you'll be able to look at the calendar and see what days they have practiced, and then you can click on the days and see how they did on that practice. For example, this child completed 4 practices this week, 3 practices that week, and then 4 practices for that last week in October. That gray hexagon is showing that they started practice but didn't finish it. The green shows what they've mastered. The yellow they're doing all right with, and they still need more practice on the gray. So this child has 55% mastery of the multiplication math facts. Another thing your child is working on is called GoFormative. It's actually just recently been changed to the name Formative. I'm trying to get used to that. In PowerSchool, I wrote this in as GoFormative because that was the previous name. It's a digital application I use to assign students homework. This is where students will complete most of their independent practice. This is a mock student account. This is what it looks like when you look at GoFormative. And if you click on one of the assignments, you will see why I like this so much. I can add pictures, I can add GIFs, I can add videos that I've made, and then I can add problems for students to work on. Students can then show their work digitally, or they can show their work on paper and then just click take a photo, and they'll hold up their paper and take a photo of the work that they did on paper. So then I can see their work. Also at the top, they can see if they got their answers correct or incorrect. Green means they got it correct, red means they got it incorrect. If it's a white circle, they haven't completed that piece yet. I will say that if your child has a red circle, to not stress over it. For example, today I had students who typed in 0.30 and I had typed in 0.3. So the answer is the same, and when I go through it, I'll see that. If they are really worried about it, they can just see me during lunch, but I would not stress over if they have a red circle here or there. And then I also want to show you, let's see. I also have some parents who look at it and they say, okay, this is great, they got a 100%. But then when you click inside, you can see that this child, even though they got 2 out of 2 correct, they only did 2 of the problems. So that could be a little bit deceiving. You need to actually have your child click on the assignment so that you can see how they did on that assignment. Did they complete the whole thing? How did they do? The last thing I want to show you is that you're having trouble finding an assignment. You can always go to PowerSchool, and I use the same title in PowerSchool that is listed on GoFormative. And then, for example, let's say in PowerSchool it says area of parallelograms. You start typing that in, and that will show up right away. So that's one way to quickly find an assignment. When it comes to grades in PowerSchool, sometimes parents don't see that I leave comments. There is a view button that you can click, and often the comment will say something like original score 7. That just means that your child redid the assignment, and I'm showing what they got originally so that you know that they did redo the assignment for a higher grade. And then I might leave a comment about, for example, this child, I thought it might be confusing, had a 0 in the grade book, but they had turned it in. So I put a comment that they did complete the assignment, they just did not get the answers correct. And then I put another comment when they redid the assignment. I also often put comments about showing work. You know, they did the assignment, but they didn't show work on these problems. Please go back and show work. So those are some things you can see in Power School, comments that I'll add. What opportunities are there to improve in math? So students may redo assignments for full credit. So I allow students to redo any assignment for full credit except for a quiz. So if it's a paper copy assignment, they will just complete the problems that they did incorrectly on a sheet of notebook paper, staple it to the original paper, and turn it into the tray. If it's a digital assignment, they'll redo it digitally and then just send me an email to let me know that they redid it. And then we'll regrade it and update the gradebook. I work with students every day during lunch. I also tutor on Tuesdays and Thursdays until 4:15 unless I have an appointment. For example, Tuesday, of course, is parent-teacher conference day, so I only will tutor on Thursday this week. Another great option for your child is called the iReady program. Southern Middle School pays for the iReady program for every child, and this program is for math and ELA, and this meets your child right where they're at. So your child takes an assessment, and then your child gets a score for all different sections like algebra and geometry, and then they're given lessons that are based upon what they know so far. So this is really amazing for your child if your child is behind in math or if your child is ahead. I had kids this summer during summer school. I had some kids who chose to be in summer school, and so they worked on some iReady material, and they were seventh grade because they were. So this is a great option for your child. And the last thing that I asked is if you could check your child's grade periodically, that would help me a lot. This quarter has been interesting because there's been a lot of students out at different times, you know, for 2 weeks at a time for COVID. And so I've been trying really hard during lunch and after school to help kids to get caught up. But if you also just check your child's grade every so often at home and also encourage them to make up their work, that would help me out a ton. Thank you.